Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you guys see me okay? Let me know. I got my candle ready. And all my crystals. Hello, everybody. Hi. Thank you, Chris. Can you guys let me know if you can hear me okay? Hopefully the internet holds. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Isis. Yes. Thank you, Charlotte. Hello. Hello, Tippy Top. I always like that name. Hi, Dominique. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for your patience. I was feeling a little bit off yesterday. Was a very busy weekend. Feeling much better today. Thank you, Linda. So are you. Thank you, Madison. Hi, sweetheart. Hello, everybody. So happy to see you guys on here. We are going to do a 2-hour angel card readings today. I'm going to try and get to as many people as I can. Just wanted to start real quick by letting everybody again know that I am doing a live event next year on September 7th, which is a Saturday, right here in my hometown. I might not get out of my words today, but I'm feeling good. Don't worry. It's just, I don't know. There's something going on with the energies this week. I don't know what's going on, or somehow it's affecting me and my speech. But if you guys want to come see me, I know for many of you, it is a very far way to go. I get that. But if you do want to come and visit beautiful France and, take me along the ride with you, then you can. And the tickets are for sale right now on my web page, McIntosh.com. That's where you can get all the information, hotel information, airport information. The good thing that we have here that we didn't have in Belgium is there's a lot of airports, international airports, actually right here in Britannia. So it is possible to land close by. France is a really big country. Okay. Not as big as the United States, but it is pretty big for Europe. So that's the good thing, is we do have a lot of airports in the vicinity. So that's good. And there's a lot of speed trains, and there's great ways to come over here and just come visit France, so you can scratch it off your bucket list. But just know, if you're interested, the tickets are for sale right now. We've already have people who bought tickets from America, Canada, the UK, and the Netherlands so far. So, and France. So it's going to be a very international group of people, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to make our own. Anyway, just go. I'll make a little separate video just to explain what we're all going to be doing, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, let's get started. Hi, Kim. So that's all I wanted to say. The live event tickets are for sale right now on the website. There is a limited amount of space. I believe that the room holds about 100 to 150 people. So that is the only limitation that we have. But other than that, it's just going to be fun. It's just going to be fun. That's all I can say. Okay. Let's get started. All right. Let's get started. Hold on. I got to figure out how I can do this chat thing so I can actually scroll through the chats, because it never allows me to do that anymore for some bloody reason. Let's see, who am I being drawn to today? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, come on. So many problems lately with YouTube. Oh, also, I had a few people who said that for some reason, all of a sudden, they were unsubscribed on my YouTube channel. So I know that YouTube's been trying to silence me for quite some time. They don't promote my videos anymore. They block it from people who have been subscribed. So when you quit this live, go and check out if you're still subscribed, because apparently they're kicking people off subscription without them knowing. So just so you know, click that little bell button, or that little bell button there, and that way make sure that you're all subscribed. And it's still not working. Oh man, I swear to God, they are trying to make me quit YouTube. Okay, well, I can't scroll up and down um on the comments, so I do I'll try again later. But let's see. Mary. Let's get a card for Mary. Mary Lavoie. Thank you for the donation, honey. I just hope I can go up and down. Mary, Mary, Mary. Which one is this one? Okay. Let's get a card from Mary today. Whoopah. There it went. Did you see that? My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. That is for Mary Lavoie. Or Lavoie. I don't know how you say it. I would say Lavoie. It sounds like a French name. Okay. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. But for some reason, when I'm getting on a more oh God, Eric is here saying hello, annoying me with my nose again. It's going, hi, everybody. So he's sending everybody his love. For some reason, I'm really being drawn to the root system of the tree that's on the card. I feel like in your life, you have gone through a lot of challenges, a lot of ups and downs, and really some traumatic events. But it's almost like all of the things that you've experienced so far were meant to push you into a direction of grounding yourself in your own power, in your own creative power. It's all about you understanding that you are the foundation of everything that occurs around you, of everything that you manifest and experience and attract and see and feel. You're the root, the origin center, the origin point of all that is, because you are your reality. The reality that you experience outside of you is simply a reflection of what you feel on the inside. And so, what you see here above the soil, what you experience in your daily life, really all comes from here. It all comes from the roots, the belief systems, it comes from the energy that is within you. And so, in order for you to really overcome and heal all of the old energies, all of these, because you seem to hold on to a lot of old stuff and you want to let it go, but you just can't figure it out how. And the thing is, it's not about letting it go, it's about understanding that if something doesn't resonate with you, then it wasn't meant for you to hold on to. It's really about understanding that everything you dislike is something that you're creating over and over and over again because you keep bringing it into your now moment. So the only way you can heal is by understanding that what you choose to experience is what you will get. So it's about making a intentional choice, a conscious choice, that what is not desirable from your perspective simply does not exist. You simply erase it within the conscious mind. And it doesn't mean that it loses value. It doesn't mean that what might have happened has no meaning. It just simply means that you are choosing to be reborn with each day that you wake up. You are choosing to take back your power of creation, and you are choosing to decide how you feel, what you see, what you attract, and what you experience. It's about owning that power. It's about taking it back and no longer be victimized by old energies that ultimately didn't belong to you, but were placed upon you by other people and by other events that originally didn't come from your root system. Because I don't know if I'm making any sense. But that's really what I'm getting here. It's about healing from past energies by no longer allowing it into your daily creative energy, into your daily reality. You have the power to do that. So claim it, own it, and become the reborn version of yourself that you wish to experience. Okay? Only you can do that. All right. That is the message I get for you today. I really hope that helps, my love. I just feel there's a lot of insecurities inside of you that need to go. It needs to go, you know. It's like choose who you want to be, you know. People don't understand that every day you wake up, you're reborn. What happened in your human past timeline, okay, doesn't need to happen today. You don't need to bring in old energies into your now moment. The only way you allow your past to influence what you experience tomorrow is by choosing to relive it, by choosing to hold on to it. You're choosing that. You know, it's about taking back responsibility and say, I am letting it go because I am choosing to create and reflect, you know, and to create an outside reality and to attract outside experiences that reflect back what I want today, not what was created long time ago. Does that kind of make sense? I don't know if I'm making any sense. Anyway, I hope that helps, Mary. I really do. Okay, guys. Let's see. Come on, just let me scroll up, you damn thing. It does not like me. It really doesn't. You know what? I'm going to have to do it this way. There we go. All right. I'm going up. I'm going up. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Katya Barbosa. I like your name. Makes me think of Barbosa from the pirate movies. Katya Barbosa from Portugal. All right, Katya. This one. They're pointing me to the animals. Katya Barbosa. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know today. I just wanted to let you all know as well that 2024 is fully booked for all sessions, except we still have some space for healing sessions with a picture with Gerald or an animal healing session with Gerald. And that's about it. Unfortunately, everything, when I reopened the schedule for on November 23rd, all the spots were taken by the end of that day. So don't give up, all right? Some people have had to wait 2-3 years, and they always say the same thing. It was worth the wait. So don't give up. If you didn't get in this year or this new year. Also, we're in December, and I know you guys like me to do predictions for the new year. Haven't done it yet. Ooh, I got two cards, Katya. Haven't done it yet. Because I want to make a video to really explain to people, because this is the thing. When it comes to predictions, when they come true, people are like, oh my God, you're such a great medium. They came true. And when they don't come true, they're like, oh, you suck. The thing is, predictions are warnings. I hope that none of them come true unless it's really good, a good prediction, unless it's a positive one. But I really hope that none of the bad predictions come true. That is my hope. I don't want them to come true. The reason we are getting these predictions, the reason Spirit is sharing them with us, is because they want us to be aware that, look, the way the energies are dominant right now, the way they're flowing, this is the most possible thing to happen if it continues in the same way. The reason they give us that is so we can change it if we don't like it. We can alter it by bringing it into our awareness. We can choose to heal it, to transform it, to change the energies around it, to change our approach, and therefore alter the future, therefore prevent horrible things from happening. So despite the fact that, everybody wants their predictions to come true, I don't, because the predictions are usually warnings of something bad that can happen, but we have the power to change it. So understand that is what my predictions are. I'm not here to prove that, oh my God, look at me, all my predictions come true. I'm not here to prove that. I'm here to change things so we can prevent suffering, we can prevent war, we can prevent all the things that people do not want. Okay, so keep that in mind when I do. But I'll make a little video because most people don't get it. They're like, "Oh, you're only a good medium if your predictions come true." No, you're a good medium if none of them come true. Over the decades, mediums have tried to warn us, Nostradamus, and people just look at it and go, oh, okay. They don't understand that they are warnings and that we have the power to change them. You think Nostradamus wanted 9/11 to happen? No, he didn't want to see all that suffering. He was trying to warn everybody, but nobody listens. Nobody listens, and the people who do listen don't understand that we can alter that future, that they are warnings. Okay. Anyway, I want to throw that out there, but I will do them. Okay. And the good news is that some of the positive ones that I did last year did come true, about a species that was an animal species one of them was an animal species that was thought to be extinct will reappear, and it did. I don't remember what the name was for it, but I have it somewhere on my Facebook, and pictures and a video about it. So it did happen that animal species was rediscovered, which is really cool because so many of our animals are no longer with us, which is such a tragedy in my book. Katya, push to surface. You may have become complacent. You might be stalling or in need of a new surge of energy. Become aware of the dynamics of your life. That is the first card. And then we have gentle moderation. Take your time. Pressure from others or yourself can be released by renegotiating what you are trying to accomplish. Wow, that's that is just very clear. You're trying to start something, you're trying to create something, and they're basically saying stop blocking yourself. You're the one who's putting the foot on the brake, and it's really not necessary. It's like being in a car and putting your foot on the gas and the brake at the same time. No matter how much gas you're going to give, when your fears and your doubts and your insecurities are taking over the control by pushing on that brake, your car is not going to go anywhere. So understand that everything is going as it should be. The only thing that's blocking the natural flow of creation is you. Okay. It kind of, I'm looking at this picture, for example, and this mother is trying to put her baby out and say, look, You can go and take a look. Go and see the world, see the sun. Get out of the darkness of the ocean and, be brave enough to go look outside of that water. And the baby is hesitant, like, I don't know, I'm scared. I've never been there. I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't know what's going to happen. And the mother is giving her a push. Your team is giving you a push. Your team wants you to become fearless in this process, to trust that the universe has your back, that your spiritual team has your back, and to let go of your own limiting energies, because it is you that is postponing something that will be wonderful, that will be inspiring and lead to more abundance. All right. So you go for it. You go. Be fearless in the creation. Nothing can go wrong unless you are fearful that it will be. Okay? It's your creation, so make it a good one. Madison. Hi, Madison. Let's get you a card. Madison. Which one? This one. Whoop-ah. Moon energy, Madison. Moon energy. Surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. I just feel like you've been a little bit on edge lately. It almost feels to me like you're looking around you and you're seeing everybody evolve and you're seeing everybody do things and grow. And you're kind of looking at yourself and comparing yourself to them, going, well, my life isn't evolving the way that other people's lives are evolving. I seem to be on this kind of standstill. I seem to be on this slower path than everybody else. And it's really making you feel uncomfortable. It's making you feel a little insecure about yourself, about your decision making, and so on and so forth. But they're saying, for you, everything is going and unfolding as it should be because you're on a different trajectory than they are. Part of your life experience, or part of your desired life experience, is to go at your own pace, is to go at your own flow, and to develop patience with yourself. Patience and trust that everything will unfold at the right time when it needs to show up. That is one of the biggest life lessons that you've incorporated into this experience. And you are surrounded by a very powerful family. You are surrounded by a family filled with powerful and kind of go-get energies. And you're more of a, this is what Eric is showing me. Everybody else is around you and running around in racing around in a speedboat. You're in a little canoe, you know. But you'll get there, It's just your way. You really didn't want to get rushed into things, but you're putting pressure upon yourself that, hey, this needs to go faster, just because you see the world around you going at a fast rate. That's not your journey. That's not what you're here to do. You're here to enjoy the ride. You're taking the canoe ride because you want to see everything. Okay. You want to enjoy the scenery. You want to relax. That's really what your soul wants. Now, the human ego thinks very differently about that. So you're going to have to convince the human ego that it's okay that things go and move at a different pace than other people's lives do. All you need to do is just enjoy the ride, because that's what you're here to do. All right. I hope that helps, Madison. It's like we were trying to run around a chicken with the head cut off. I don't know, but I just feel this energy like, that's kind of what it feels like. Katrina McCabe. Hello, sweetheart. Let's get you a card. Which one? That one. I hope all of that helps for you guys. Now, if you guys are resonating with a message that is meant for someone else, you're getting those goosebumps, you're getting those feelings of, wow, I feel like that was meant for me, then it was, okay? Spirit knows I cannot pull cards for every single person. There's just too many people. So they will give you nudges, feelings, goosebumps, this kind of idea of, was that for me too? When you get those thoughts, then the answer immediately is yes. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gotten that thought. Okay. So, card for Katrina. Hoopa. There it went. Ooh, it's a cool card. Chamber of Violet Flame. Look what a cool card that is. You're welcome, Madison. Happy I could help, honey. Karmic release, radical transformation. Cool. I'm really being drawn to the purple. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's very purple. It's like something's changed. Something's opened up inside of you. You're starting to, it's almost like you're starting to tap into your abilities to change and alter things within your body. And it might be small, it might be, it's almost like you're just tapping into it. So it really is at the beginning stages, but you're starting to energetically align with the idea that you and your consciousness, your conscious mind, are able to heal body parts, change DNA, and so on and so forth. And so it's almost like it's being awakened, but you haven't tapped into the possibility or the ability yet. So become very aware of it, is what they're saying. There is a transformation happening within you. You can feel it. Something is changing within you, but you can't tap your finger on it, what it is exactly, and you don't know how to utilize it yet. But what is important is that the awareness begins, that you're aware that the ability for you to manipulate the energetic structure of the cells is within your reach, and by visualizing cell structures to regenerate, to be reborn, to be renewed, because our bodies can completely restore anything that is wrong with it. Even though doctors might tell you that it's not possible, it is absolutely possible, but it takes one hell of a mind control to be able to do it. But it's almost like the awareness is put in place, it's been installed, it's been downloaded into your beingness, and now it's about you tapping into it, and experimenting with it through visualizations, through feeling what you see to be true, and so on and so forth. So start playing with that ability, because it is accessible at this time, and will continue to grow, they say, as you continue to grow your understanding of how to guide. It's not manipulate, it's not control. How to guide your own energy, the power of your thoughts into the right direction. All right. Purple is my favorite color too. Cool. So it sounds like some good news is coming your way. All right. Fijne Sinterklaasavond. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember Sinterklaas and his Pete's, his Zwarte Pete's. We don't really celebrate it much here. My kids never, although they watched it on TV and they would sing all the songs, but I don't know. I know I liked it when I was a kid. My kids, we don't really, we go straight to Santa. All righty. Let's see. Carrie Larimer lost her dad just a few days ago. I am so sorry for the pain and the missing that you'll be feeling, but understand that they didn't leave. They just took off their little earth suit. All right, keep that in mind. Which one? Which one? This one. Okay. Carrie Larimer. Could it be a Bill? I'm not sure on the name, but it might. I'm getting the name Bill, and a George, and somebody wants to wish George a happy 10th birthday. I think it might have been yesterday, the 11th. Wait, the 11th? Are we the 11th already? No, wait. No. I don't know. They're confusing me. Too many Georges in my head. Hold on, let me see what came out. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. This is the card. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world that I see. Your dad, what your dad is trying to tell you, and he is going to reach out, but I feel like, it's just so soon. He has to go through a certain process before he's going to be able to completely reach out to you and let you know his presence. But basically what the message here is if in order for us to see and feel them, we have to believe it first. You have to believe in order to receive. This is how it works. When you're waiting for validation, when you're waiting for your loved ones to send out a message, and then you'll believe it, and then you'll never get it. That's just how it is. Okay. You have to adjust your belief system, not needing a validation. You just have to know that they're okay. You have to know that deep inside that, one day you will meet again, one day communication will be as smooth as possible. And in reality, you do see them every night when you wake, when you go into your deep sleep. We take our little goggles off, our 4D goggles, and we're home with all the entities and spirits that we think we've lost. We see them every day. We just don't remember when we wake up because we're not meant to. But you got to look at it this way, this life here is a virtual reality. Scientists are starting to, realize that as well now, that this is a projection. This is, similar to a virtual reality. It's kind of like that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the 80s there. What was it called? Total Recall. This is like a total recall experience filled with real emotions and real memories and real this and real that. But that's really what it is, and we're always in heaven. Always. Our higher self is always there. This is just a projection through kind of a 4D, 5D, 6D experience. Just imagine like the movie Avatar, he places his consciousness into a blue body, and then he lives his life amongst those blue people. And when he falls asleep, he takes off his goggles and he's back paralyzed and, in his human state. That's kind of what life is. Okay. we're always in an etheric state. We're always in our natural energetic state, present within the heavenly realms. And we choose to have a virtual reality, and we choose a body, just like the guy chose a blue body. And it's very real, and you can feel things, and you can get hurt, and you can die, and this and that, and this and that. But it is just an experience. The real you is always safe up there, just knowing that this is just an experience. So we never really get separated from our loved ones. But in this virtual reality, what we believe to be true, we will receive. That our reality, the outside reality, is a projection of the inside consciousness, of the inside mind, the inside heart. So what your dad is trying to tell you is believe with your whole heart that he is with you. He is reaching, and he is going to reach out to you. He is not dead. He simply moved back into his natural state and can see, hear, and feel, and everything that you think can be accessed by him. And I do get the name Bill. I don't know if that makes any sense. He wants to say I love you to Susan. He wants to say I love you to you, and he showed me there are other children. You might have siblings, and he wants to tell little George a happy birthday. And I don't know, it almost feels like an early birthday, maybe, or a recent birthday. I can't pick up on what he's trying to say, but it's almost like he can't be there for his birthday. And I'm getting the feeling of around maybe 9 or 10 years old, and he just wants him to know that grandpa is there, or will be there for his birthday. And he just wants everybody to know that he's fine, he's safe, and he will be reaching out as soon as possible. Okay, I really hope that helps, Carrie. I really hope that helps. It just feels like a good-hearted soul. Very organized for some reason. I keep feeling, he liked things a certain way. That's kind of what it feels like. But I do feel like there was love, much love. All right. I hope that helps. I really hope that helps, and I really hope that resonated. Hi, Lynn. Lynn D. Let's get you a card, my love. Thank you for the donation. Which one? This one. Lynn. Whoop, whoop, hold on. There it went. There it went on the floor. On the floor. Hope, Lynn. Hope. Hope. Hope is always there, even if we can't see it. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation into a positive one. Eric is showing me change your goggles. Put different glasses on. Start to look at possibilities instead of looking at everything that is lacking. It's about looking at your future with gratitude, looking towards your future with excitement, looking towards your future from a source of inspiration. And when you look at your future in that sense, with that energy and those emotional content, then the only thing that can flow towards you is abundance in every aspect of life. So it's about choose wisely where you put your focus on. At this time, there's too much focus on lack, on fear, and on insecurities. Completely switch that around, change your goggles, and see only opportunities, growth, possibilities, and experience, and understand that all we are all meant to do here is to simply experience. And all of you have already succeeded in life. You've already graduated in life, because guess what? You've all had experiences. And so if you start to look at life from that angle, it releases the pressure of needing to reach certain things, and you simply allow yourself to just flow. And when we flow, when we just go with what our heart tells us to be true, regardless of what our fears tell us, when we disregard the fear and we simply choose that natural fearlessness that is within us, then anything you choose to put your energy into will be a success. All right. But that is something that you first have to believe in order to receive. There it is again, people. There it is again. All right. I hope that helps. Let's see. Kathleen Porter wants a card for Willie, her friend Willie, or Valentino, aka Valentino. It's his birthday. Right, it was his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Valentino. Which card are we going for? This one. Happy birthday, or happy belated. It was yesterday. Happy belated birthday. Let's get you a card. What do Spirit want you to know today? Hoopa. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. This is for Valentino, aka Willie. I love Willie as well. I think it's a great name. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. What am I getting for you? They're saying you've always done what other people have told you to do. You've always followed the rules, and you've always followed and fulfilled the expectation of others or of society. The time has come to now live your life solely for yourself. The time has come to now color. They're showing me paintbrushes. Color your life according to your own needs and your own desires. Release the need to please others. Release the need to, it's almost like you've helped, everything you've done in life is follow other people's rules because it gave you the illusion that that makes you safe. In other words, your fear guided you or led you to do things you really didn't want to do, but you did it anyway because that was the safer option. They're saying it doesn't matter how old you are, that has no meaning because we are all immortal beings. Okay, your body might age in this reality, but we are all immortal beings, so age is of no significance. At any time in this incarnation, in this human incarnation, you get to become free if you choose it. And so basically what they're saying is start living your life according to your own rules, according to your own needs, and according to your own desires. And when you do that, you will attract new experiences and new connections with other people that you never saw possible. Okay? So I hope that helps. Dominique. Dominique struggles with her husband. Relationship problems. Which one? That one? Okay. All right. We're going for Metatron cards. We're going for the Metatron cards. Nice. you, Junko. Thank you, sweetheart. I'll get you a card in a minute. Card for Dominique. The rose. Your question is regarding your husband. And this is the card that comes up. Love. Love. Relationships and harmony. If that's not fitting, then I don't know what is. So what am I getting for you in regards to relationships? Because what I do see is this is, although it's a rose, I see your heart. You see that? This is your heart. You have a beautiful heart. You have so much love to give. Yet the person that you are with at this time is unwilling to see that beautiful rose, to see the gift that is being offered to him. Now, we don't want this rose to fade. And right now, your rose is fading. You're getting to a point, they say, to a stage where you're about to give up on yourself, let alone him. You're never going to give up on him. You just can't. There's too much love in your heart. But when that love is not returned, when that love is not answered, this rose inside of you will start to wither away. And that cannot happen. So the time, they say, has come, and I'll pull another card, but that's what they're saying. The time has come to preserve your love for someone who can appreciate it. The second card that came out is this. Fire. Dragon's strength. You're going to have to get your dragon strength in place. You're going to have to be brave. You're going to have to make a very difficult decision, but it is a decision that you know you have to make, although you don't want to make it. Do not allow your heart to wither away because of another individual who is not appreciative of the love that you're willing to freely and unconditionally share. Okay, so that is the message. It's time to take care of your own heart and to keep the love for somebody who will love you back. All right, it might not be what you want to hear, but that is the message that I am getting. Okay, I hope that helps. All right, let's see here. Junko, let's get you a card. Junko. So, let's see. Junko. This one. Okay. All right. You're welcome, Dominique. Sometimes we hear things we don't want to hear, but we know in our hearts need to happen. Okay. It's minus 22 degrees here in Sweden. Ooh. Ew. We have not seen any snow, although a lot of European countries are covered in snow, and France has snow too, but where I'm at, like all the way up north, there's like no snow, which is weird because there's snow in England, I think, and everywhere, but you go. There it went. When I lean towards love, I am led. Let's see. This is for you. Go. I hear the word self-love. Now, self-love is not going, you're so cute. Self-love is really owning your own beingness, understanding that you are God, an expression of God's source, therefore all powerful. I keep being focused on this. This kind of like connecting the dots, right? It's kind of like a matrix, and this event, this choice leads to these two possibilities, and this, if you choose this one, then it leads to there, and if you choose that one, it leads to there. In order for you to succeed in your desired creations, to make them successful, to feel accomplished, to watch your creations bloom and be productive, you have to understand that all of the answers you're seeking are within you. They are within your matrix that is you. Okay? You're still looking outwards to receive how would I say it? You're still looking outwards to receive the answers, but if you start to go inward and you know that you are God and God is you, then that means that you also have the ability to tap into all of these possibilities and get clarity on which one aligns the most with you and will take you to the direction that aligns the most with you. And I also see there's something about this red thing. You're still not trusting your own heart. The answers are there, but you have to fully start operating from an intuitive level, from your heart level, from your emotional center. You're still using this too much to make decisions and not this. This needs to be shut down because you are a creative soul. There's something about your creative energy. People who are naturally very creative are tapped into the higher sources of information, because those creative ideas, the art, people who are artistic, people who make music, all of that comes from a higher vibration, a higher dimension. That inspiration comes from outside of them, comes from into somewhere in the universe. And you have that as well, they say. I don't remember if you were a creative soul or not, but you have that creative connection. Therefore, all of the answers are within you, but you need to learn to trust what you feel. And that's the biggest hurdle for you in this lifetime, is you still use too much your intellect, your human intellect, to make the creations for you. And all creations should come from an emotional place. Okay? So switch from there to there. Okay? You need to continue to work on that. And you've already worked on that, but you need to continue to work on that. Okay? Thor, Nastasi. Thor. April. All right. Woo! Hold on. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining. So lovely to see you all. We got two, Thor. You have also gentle moderation, and this is in the light of the moon. In the light of the moon. So gentle moderation. Take your time. Pressure from others or yourself can be released by renegotiating what you are trying to accomplish. And in the light of the moon, a full moon can shine light on what you have been resisting. This can be anything from your fears to your soul's beauty. The first thing that's kind of coming up is you are really moving towards the light. Like they are validating your efforts to create a new future for yourself, to create a new experience of your future for yourself. And I'm being drawn to this water. There's something about being on water. You're like a fish in water. You're starting to feel at home in this new version of you. It's almost like this new, how would I explain what I'm feeling? It's like this new identity that you're creating. It's like you have transformed, and are moving into a new reality where you are slightly different than you were a couple of years ago. And it's like back then you were kind of like a fish out of water. You were drowning, you couldn't breathe, you were suffocating. And now you're like the fish in the water. You're starting to feel your flow. You're starting to feel comfortable. And they're saying, but you're still, it's almost like there's still some barrier that you're holding on to because you're afraid that if you let go too much, you're afraid if you start to enjoy yourself too much, something negative will come up and ruin it. In other words, and this is something we're programmed with. This is not something that we're born with. We are programmed as little children, that all, how would I say it? That anything that's good will at some time disappear or will be taken away, or it's too good to be true. Do you know that saying, right? It's too good to be true. That's been programmed into us. So whenever we start to feel comfortable, whenever we start to feel happy, the human program that was placed upon us immediately goes, but what if it goes wrong? What if it breaks? What if it doesn't last? What if we instantly go into this panic mode? For example, certain people will long for a relationship and then they'll finally attract that perfect relationship. And the moment they have it, they will start fearing losing it. Do you see what I'm saying? The moment we have something good, then the fear kicks in that we're going to lose what is good. They don't want you to allow that false imprint to ruin what you're creating right now. So they want you to work on releasing that program. And anybody for that matter who's listening right now, they want everybody to start releasing that program because it is completely and utterly false that when we finally get to something good, that we need to fear it, losing it. Okay, that is something that was installed intentionally into us so we would constantly sabotage ourselves and never find lasting happiness. They did that on purpose. Does that kind of make sense? Do not allow that program, get rid of that program because it is false. Okay? And if you can do that, you will continue to surf the oceans and feel your best. I hope that helps. All right, let's see. Okay. Light movements. light movements. All right. And then, yes, we'll do elfin moon blades. All right. Let's see. Let me write it down. Elfin moon blade. Light movements. Card for light movements. No, this one. All right. Whoopa. Oh, you got two. Oh, hi, Aaron. I always forget it's Aaron. There you go. Isn't that funny? Two jumped out and they're both with the moon. This is for light movements. I recognize that I have chosen fear and I choose again. I choose love. And the second card is I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amidst the discomfort. Okay. For some reason, the word transformation keeps coming in. It's almost like right now, you're being forced into a cocoon. You're being forced to look inward. You're being forced to observe your own thoughts, it's not forced, but you're being guided to observe yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your responses, your behaviors. You really need to, in a way, observe yourself. You're the patient and the doctor at the same time. You have to look at yourself and your behavior, your thinking, your feelings from a third person's perspective, and then give yourself advice on what not to do. It's almost like a lot of times in your life, you choose or create from a fear base. You're too scared to follow your dreams, to follow what you know would make you happy, because you're afraid that you won't have the means or the abundance to support yourself, to keep yourself safe, and so on and so forth. But it's almost like you see the moons, they go through a transformation. And look, this card is the same thing, right? They go through a transformation, but the moon is always whole. We might see it differently, and we might only see a certain aspect of the moon, but the moon is always there, okay? It's always full and it's always light. It's like, how would I explain what I'm feeling? It's like you have to look at your life in the following way. Even though there might be clouds in front of the sun is always there and the sun is always shining. The same thing counts for you. Even though your fears and insecurities are clouding your judgment or clouding your decision making process, polluting it in a way, your light, your heart always knows what is best for you. Does that kind of make sense? They want you to let go of those clouds, let go of those shadows that only allow a certain part of your light to shine upon the world. All right? Let go of your fears, let go of your doubts. Because if you don't, you're always, it's like you'll always live in a shadow of yourself. You'll always just be a shadow of yourself. They don't want that for you. You are a bright light with many abilities. You are very intellectual. You have a compassionate heart. You have an enormous drive to survive, but you're always allowing fear to take over the steering wheel. All right. So the time for transformation is now. Become very mindful of your own thoughts, your own feelings. Whenever you observe yourself going into a negative direction, or expressing negativity, or expressing self judgment, or feeling self judgment, it's about correcting it. It's about replacing disempowering expressions with empowering ones. It's really look into mindfulness training. That's really going to help you to become the driver behind your creations, and to no longer let the illusion of fear to be the driver. Does that kind of make sense? Because even when it comes to jobs, you're choosing, or you're going after those that it's like you limit yourself. How would I explain that? It's like you limit because you think so little of what you can do. I don't know if that makes any sense, but think bigger. Anything is possible for you, but you have to support yourself. You have to believe in yourself. It is crucial that you really start understanding just how powerful you really are. Okay. I hope that helps. Aaron. Okay. I've taken time off Facebook. Yeah, well, I haven't been on Facebook either. I don't think anybody has. There's not a lot of movement on Facebook anymore. We're stepping away from all of that control. You're welcome. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I hope it helped. Sometimes I just go blah, but that's how I channel. I go blah. I try to express what I feel, because this is not channeling. This is really intuitive channeling. I know they're there. I can feel their presence. I know they give me intuitive communications. When I channel, it's still on a whole other level. Whoop. There we go. Oh, wait, hold on. That doesn't feel right. They just kind of went all over the place. Hi, Louise. Yeah, just throw it out there, and if I get guided to your name. There's usually too many people on here. But Dragon Strength. This is for Aaron. I feel like we need another one now. Whoop, there it went. Eee. Okay. Rainbow Bridge. Oh, good. My nose itches. Dragon Strength. And then you have a third one. Pink. Let's see what they say. So Rainbow Bridge says always open. Pink says self-love and nurture. And then fire, dragon strength. What am I getting for you? There's something about being in a womb No, it sounds weird, right? But when I look at this, I keep seeing this womb. This it's like being in. I don't see the shell. I really see it as kind of a womb. It's like being reborn. And then this is the same thing. I don't really see the dragon. What my focus on is this, and I can see you sitting inside of it with these colors, with the rainbow colors all inside of you, kind of like protected. But what does it mean? Give me more information, please. Yeah, I keep seeing reborn, rebirth. It's almost like the world right now is so far removed from you. It's almost like you're living, you're being asked in some way or form to continue to kind of live or live on your own planet, live in your own bubble for a little bit. It's almost like there's too much. It's like you've always struggled in the past. You've always had a hard time fitting into this world. And then it got better. And then all hell broke loose. And you started to get further and further removed from this reality. But the problem is that you have like one foot in one reality and one foot in the other. So you're kind of in limbo. You're in between these two-dimensional planes, but you're not grounded in any of them yet. The 3D, 4D dimension, you're only half in, so you're not grounded in that one anymore because you want to leave that one. And in the 5D reality, you haven't grounded yet either. You're just tipping your toes into it, but you're not established there yet. You're not permanently resident there yet, if you want to look at it that way. So right now you're in this in between dimension. You're not really anywhere, which makes you feel even more. It's not really lost, but it just makes you feel even more disconnected with the world outside of you. And that does have some impact um, on your relationships, on your life here on earth. It just kind of influences everything, makes everything a little bit harder. But it's almost like you can still have the experience, the stability, the stable experience, even though you're hanging in limbo. If you can, it's almost like visualize that you're in this kind of shape, that you're in this kind of pyramid, glass pyramid that you can look through, but that's filled with, that just gets fed with the right energies, right? That just gets fed with this light, this bright light. All of these lights together are feeding you inside this kind of pyramid shape, which kind of is like a womb where you're waiting to be fully reborn again. It's kind of like, I don't know if I might sound completely cuckoo here, but that's what I'm seeing. You're like waiting to be reborn, and in the meantime, you're just kind of hanging in between the realities. You're not in heaven anymore, but you're not on earth anymore either. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's where you are again. You're kind of waiting to be born again. And in the meantime, it can be challenging to participate in this human reality. And that can make it challenging with our loved ones, with our job, with, whatever it is that is challenging at this time. But they're saying, hang in there. It's not for much longer. Okay. In the meantime, visualize yourself in a glass pyramid that is being fed with light, with love, with beautiful colors. rainbow colored light, and that'll keep you safe and somewhat anchored within yourself, not within the realities, but within yourself, which will create stability within, which will give you again a feeling of safety and security. And therefore, you will be able to stabilize your relationships and whatever it is you still need to do into the earthly plane as you're slowly but surely transitioning from one dimension into another. It's like, it kind of reminds me of this. You see this? Look, it's very much like that. But imagine yourself in there. Okay? It's a lot, but yeah, just let it sink in. But it's like this and it's full of color. You see it? And then they show me you sitting in there. And if you visualize that on a daily basis, it'll give you the stability. You'll be anchored into this, giving you the stability to be able to still function as slowly but surely you're moving into um, your new reality. I hope that makes some kind of sense. Like I said, sometimes I try my best to share with you what I see, but that's what I'm getting. Watermelon tacos. Watermelon tacos. Let's get you a card. Watermelon tacos. I like your name. Watermelon tacos. Which one? This one. All right. Is that why many don't feel grounded? Yes. People who have woken up, who are awake, and are very aware of the transitioning that we're making as a human race. We're getting into the final stages. So according to Spirit, 2024 is the last year before the fifth dimensional plane becomes a grounded reality. After 2024, 2025, right now the parallel realities, the 3D, 4D, and the 5D are very close to each other. Okay, they are as close as they can get. But starting 2025, they will start to separate again. In 2012, it started where the timelines became closer and closer and closer, and it takes about 12 years to completely get here. So now they're right next to each other, so we can so we can more comfortably hop from one dimensional plane to the other dimensional plane. And we're kind of hopping back and forth already. Okay, we're like, we have good days, we have bad days, we're constantly hopping. And that's another reason. Many of you might have noticed, I want to share that with you. Many of you might have noticed that your memory is shit right now. It's like you can't remember things that you used to remember. Your memory is just crap right now. And the reason for that is because although we have two main parallel dimensions, there's all these different subtle parallel realities in between these two main lines. And so right now we're hopping in between all of these. But the problem is every time we go into a new reality, that's why the Mandela effect, now everybody's noticing that didn't used to be like that, right? Everybody noticing Mandela effects. The reason why everybody is now like seeing Mandela shit everywhere is because every time we hop into a new, and they're very subtle changes in frequency, okay? You have to think in terms of frequency. Dimensions are frequencies. We're constantly hopping, right? But every time we hop into a new version of Earth, a new frequency of Earth, we leave most of our memories behind in the old reality we came from. And so certain main memories will stay the same in the different versions of Earth, the different versions of you. Some of the main memories are the same, but then other memories will fade. Like you can't remember that person anymore, or you can't remember what you had that year, or all these little memories are starting to fade. And it's because every time you hop into a new subtle change of reality, another parallel reality with subtle changes, getting closer to the big 5D reality. You're leaving your memories behind in the other reality. And so I've always had memory problems since I was a little kid. Spirit told me, because I naturally on a daily basis hop between the 3D and the 18th dimension. I have access to from 3D to 18th dimensional planes naturally. I was born with that ability, which I didn't find out till like a couple of years ago. I had no idea. But some medium that didn't know who I was, she was just like, oh, they're showing me you can reach all the way, which is very unique. You can reach all the way up to 18th dimension. I've never heard of that, she says, because most mediums, they can get up to the 5th or 6th dimension. You go all the way to 18th. And they said, that's why your memory is so shit. My whole life, I was like, what's wrong with my memory? I can't remember anything except for the main lines in my life, the main things, and the big traumas. But like, don't ask me what I had for breakfast yesterday. Don't remember. I'm constantly hopping in between different dimensional planes, in between parallel realities of the same earth, the different versions of myself. And that's why my memory, I lose my memories as I'm hopping back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Anyway, I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what we're doing. So 2025, the timelines, the 12-year cycle is over, and the timelines will start to separate again. So people who are awake will anchor themselves into the 5D by the end of next year. Some will get there faster. It all depends on how fast you evolve, how fast you align, how fast you let go of the lower frequencies that hold you into the 3D. Fear, disbelief, all of that really anchors you into the 3D. So you want to get rid of that to permanently get into the 5D. But the more, it's going to take another 12 years before we're completely separated and far removed from each other. But eventually, people who stay on the 3D, they will have their reality of Earth in the very 3D, very kind of not so comfortable reality. And those relationships, slowly but surely, we'll still see them. But after 12 years, those relationships will have faded, and we will no longer be able to see each other, unfortunately. But there's still always ways. They will eventually also evolve, and they will grow and then move into the 5D when it's their time, and so on and so forth. Anyway, but I don't know if I'm making any sense. But it's hard for me sometimes to put into words, but I know, because I know so many things, and there's just sometimes not even words to explain it. But that's really what's going on. So that's, if you're having a lot of memory issues, ain't nothing wrong with you. You're just like me, hopping, trying to get to the 5D, getting into these subtle parallel realities that only differ very slightly, but do have changes. And you'll notice that you'll see more and more, if you are awake and transitioning, the moment you start to notice Mandela effects, that's proof that you already came from a different timeline. Okay, because it wasn't the same way in your original timeline. So if you're noticing those kind of things, that means you've already shifted. You're already in a different timeline right now, in a different parallel reality, and you've already left your old reality behind. So keep that in mind. And unfortunately, that comes with memory loss to a certain degree. You leave certain memories in certain parallel realities behind, because those memories hold on to a certain frequency that might not be, how would you say, compatible with the new frequency of the new parallel reality you're in. Woo! Right? right? Oh my God, I have so many. Like I'll tell you certain things, right? This is what me and Gerald have noticed personally, right? So, for example, I mean, and I could tell you a whole bunch. Oh my God, we have like over 50 changes on movies and songs and music videos. You know, Britney Spears in Oops, what was it? Oops, I did it again. She wore a plated skirt. Now she has a black skirt. Okay. Queen has always been, we are the champions of the world. Okay. Now he doesn't say that anymore. Of the world has disappeared. R2D2 and C3PO has in the Star Wars movies have always been completely 100% gold. Now he's gold with like a silver leg. I have a million and one things. It was plated, right? Exactly. See, well, now it's not. It's a black skirt she wears. Um, it has nothing to do with collective false memory. Okay. Um, I'll tell you something that is very personal here. I have gone, so my insurance agent lives in a whole different part of Britannia. It has always been an hour and a half to there. I have to pass by Pam's house, Pamela Rodnett, my friend, and she was exactly 1 hour from me. So I've driven to her house a lot of times, okay, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, so many times, and I know the road by heart. It's always been exactly an hour to get there, okay? And the insurance agent was always 30 minutes further because I have to pass by Pam and then 30 minutes further, and then I get to my insurance agent. And the last time I went, I had calculated, okay, an hour and a half, we got to leave by this time. And we get there. We were supposed to get there 5 minutes before our appointment date time, and we got there and we were a half hour early. And I was like, well, that's just weird. So I look it up on Google Maps, right? And it said that it's only an hour drive. And I said, that's not right. It's always been an hour and a half. I've been there at least 10 times already. It's always been an hour and a half. So I look up Pam's house, which has always been an hour, 100% sure of that. Even Gerald is 100% sure of that. And now it's only like 40 minutes. So the distance has changed. The road hasn't changed because the road is exactly the same, but the distance has changed. So that is just something that we were like, what? Mind blown. Okay. And then the other day, my daughter's cell phone doesn't connect well to the Wi-Fi. So I have to, I think for months, I had to put in the Wi-Fi key code, which was like a 12 numbers. It was a very long code, numbers and letters. And I memorized it because when you have to put that code in 20 times a day, you start to memorize the code. You don't need it anymore. And last week we lost Wi-Fi. And I go to my box, where the key code is, because I was like, oh, I remember this, that, and this. I remembered about half of the code, but I was missing a few letters at the end. I was like, I'll just go and look at the bottom key code, what the key code is. And so we've only had one modem. We've never had another one. And so now the key code changed to 5 letters and numbers, and it used to be like this long. It was like a pain in the ass to put it in. So that key code changed. I mean, I'm just saying, those are things that I am 100% positive because I memorized it. And I even actually, this is the weird part, I found a picture on my old phone that kind of, it was acting up, and there was a crack in the camera. So, I saved the phone. It's still there, but I bought a new one because I couldn't take any more pictures. But I found on my phone a picture of the original code. And I showed it to Gerald and I could show it to you guys. And so the beginning is still correct. It's still the exact same first 5 letters and numbers, but the other numbers are missing. Isn't that crazy? So I have a picture of the long ass code I used to have to put in. And now when I click on it, it's it's like half, it's not even half of that. So that is just like, it's like Moonraker. If you guys know James Bond, my dad was obsessed with James Bond movies. I watched them so many times that I hate them right now. Okay. Now, in my reality, when I was young, that reality, the big giant with the metal teeth fell in love with a girl with a little ponytail, and she also had braces. And so when they laughed at each other, they smiled at each other, they both had kind of like a metal teeth mouth going, and that was the way they fell in love, because they had something in common. Now in this new reality, she doesn't even wear braces, so the whole scene doesn't even work anymore because it's missing the magic of they had something in common. Anyway, I can tell you so many things have changed. Let's go to watermelon tacos. I'm talking too much. Yeah, I can't shut them off anymore, the ads on the live. Sorry, guys. I can't shut them off. The only thing I do is you can choose a lot of ads or little ads, and I always click little ads, but that's all I can do. I can no longer shut. They do it without our approval. So if you do a live, there's always going to be ads now, no matter who you are. All right. Cards for watermelon tacos. Venusian Galactic Council. Here's one. You got two. Higher Heart Activation. All right. Venusian Galactic Council. Star Being Guides. Answer the call. Time to shine. And then the Higher Heart Activation card reads, dropping shields, divine love, your heart is healed. Watermelon. It's almost like they're kind of saying you've opened the gate. You've opened the gate. You've done a lot of work. You've done a lot of internal processing. You've done a lot of, it's almost like research. You've been trying to find answers. You've been trying to get to understand certain things. And because of that, those intentions, because of those actions, you have opened the portal to information. You've opened the portal to, it's almost like reactivation. But there's something about you and the stars. There's something about you. It's almost like you've opened a portal to other beings as well, because it is possible that you'll start hearing, it's almost like you'll start hearing things, or you'll get a visualization. It's kind of like daydreaming with your eyes open. You'll just, you're going to receive information in some way or form. You've opened the portal. You've opened the gate to wisdom, to knowledge, to information, but correct information, truth. You are a truth seeker. You are here to share truth, and in doing so, help awaken the world around you, help awaken those who are still fast asleep. So it's almost like you're starting You're starting to walk through the portal of what you're here to do, what you're meant to do. You're starting to align with your purpose. And they just want to encourage you that you're not alone in this. You're not alone as you're assisting others. You have actually star beings that are supporting you or guiding you towards truth, towards information that is needed to be shared in order for humanity to understand their true origins, to understand their true neighbors, because we are not alone on this earth. There are other entities that have lived here much longer than we have, but that have been shielded from us through other entities who wanted to suppress us. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but that's what I'm getting. Okay? Continue to follow the inner guidance because you're really starting to, it's like, don't look at anything as coincidence. That's the trick. They say don't look at anything as coincidence. Everything, one thing will lead you to another thing, will lead you to another thing, will lead you to another thing. And you have a council, you have star beings that you might not see like we see each other, that you might not hear the way we see each other. But I do feel like you're going to hear them when you're about to fall asleep. You might hear a voice or you might hear something. They're going to show you their presence in some way or form. It's not going to be, hello, how's it going? Want a cup of coffee? It's not going to be in that way, but in some way or form, you will receive some kind of validation that you are being assisted, and that part of your journey here is to share truth, to be a truth seeker, and bring out that truth in order to help the collective. Okay? I hope that helps. Hope that helps, my love. All right. Patty. Let's see. Patty. Let's get you a card. All right. Patty, Patty, Patty. Which one? Watermelon tacos. I love to say it. I'm sorry. I just said watermelon tacos. You say, you make sense. I know exactly what you're talking about. I can feel every day that I'm aligned with the stars and I know where I need to go in my work as a researcher. All right. Cool beans. Thank you for that validation. Isis asked for a card. Oh, I did not see. Oh, there's a lot of people. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. Patty. Patty. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. Patty, you've already done so much work. There's been so much growth and expansion within your human beingness. You know what I'm being drawn to? See how there's this little bump that sticks out. Do you see that? It almost looks like an erection, doesn't it? Oh, Lord. Emma, you and your naughty thoughts. Okay, no. That's probably Eric putting that in my head. Because he's walking around with a string. Oh, Lord. It's that little bump that's kind of stopping you, you know. You've done enormous amounts of healing, transformation, spiritual awakening, spiritual reconnection. I mean, it almost feels like your entire life has been this kind of slow but surely opening up abilities, healing past energies, and so on and so forth. But that's the thing. It's always, although what you've done was necessary, although what you've accomplished so far was definitely part of the desired experience, you're moving into a new chapter of beingness. It's almost like the time to work at it is over. Your whole life you've been working at yourself. Work, 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 right? It's now time to just be. Stop working. Stop trying to perfectionize yourself. Stop trying to. It's like you've done the work that is necessary. Now you just need to become what you know you are. Okay? The time for work is over. It's now time to be and enjoy and be free of the idea that you're not perfect and that you need to continuously work at yourself. Um, Although that is for many people as definitely part of the journey, your last chapter is to learn to just be it. Is to learn that you don't need to work on yourself anymore. You've done all the work. Now you just need to align with that always connected, um, immortal, fearless being that you are. You need to align with the divinity within and just be, just live your life without having to constantly work at it. Does that kind of make sense? It's time to surrender fully. It's time to understand that as long as you feel like you need to work on yourself, you are telling the universe that there's something wrong with you. Okay. And it did help you to get to the connection that you and the awareness that you have today. But there comes a time in the evolutionary stage where we just simply have to become uh, who we are meant to be without needing to work on it or without believing that we need to work on it. You've gone from victim consciousness, you've moved into manifestor consciousness, where we know that we can change things if we work at it, if we clear things, if we evolve, and so on and so forth. But the next stage is being consciousness, and that's the stage that is now ready for you to be experienced. So you are whole, you are perfect, you are connected, and you don't need to work at it no more. Okay? Just be it. All right? I hope that helps. Let's see. Isis. Okay, let's get you a card. Isis. I'm going to go for these. All right. Gliding through currents. Gliding through currents. With a different approach, you will glide through a situation with grace and ease, going inward and bringing your understanding, perspective, or behavior into flow will help your dreams take flight. The thing that I'm getting is resistance. I get the word resistance. It's almost like stop resisting discomfort. It's understanding, you understand and you know that not everything in life will go smoothly, will go with ease. Some things are just a little bit more tougher to get through. Some things need, take more effort to bring to success, to get through, to get by. But you're, despite the hard work that you've done and despite the expansion that you've gone through, you're still in resistance of discomfort. You're still fearful of things going the wrong way, of things not happening according to the human ego's desire. And as long as you're staying in a state of resistance, you can't fully blossom. You can't fully become the person you were intended to be. So find a way to embrace all experiences. It's about following your heart, following your intuition as you're making decisions and choices. But when doing so, also knowing that by following your heart, you will experience or attract or manifest the desired experiences of your soul, even if they might be uncomfortable for the human ego. They are very much desired by your true self, your fuller version of yourself. Therefore, they are beautiful in its own way. Does that kind of make sense? So it's about release the resistance of discomfort, release the resistance or fear of, release the fear of, you know, unwanted experiences from the human mind to come into your reality. Simply have faith that no matter what experience finds you, it is a desired experience for your soul's growth. Therefore, you become free of the chains that you put upon yourself. You want to live a full, free, balanced, connected life, but it is your fear of suffering in some way, or your fear of discomfort, that keeps you in a state of resistance of the natural flow of things. Does that make sense? And when you do that, you will become completely free. And that's really going to elevate your frequency, open your connection up even more, because you'll no longer be scared, or you'll no longer be in a state of resistance of having a negative experience with spirit communication, with, for example, channeling for other people, and so on and so forth. And everything just opens up. Everything just opens up. Okay? So that's really what they want you to know. Re-listen to it over and over again. It's going to click. It's going to click, they say. It might not click fully, but it's going to click, okay? So just re-listen to the message. All right? I hope that helps, sweetheart. All right. Let's see. Ooh. Let's see if I can scroll up and down if the damn thing allows me. Let's see. Oh, crap. Who am I being guided to? Let's take a look. Let's see. Tippity Top wants a card for his son, Ethan. Okay. Ethan. Let's get a card for Ethan. Alrighty. Ethan. This one. You're welcome, Isis. Ethan. Purity. This is for Ethan, son of Tippity Top. Destin, I think. Always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within it, you will find the answer to your question. Ethan, your heart. Something about your heart. There's something about your heart is a survivor. Your heart is strong and pure and beautiful. But you need to know it. You need to believe it. You need to see it. It's almost like in some way or form, Ethan, you feel different. You feel like you're having a hard time finding your place in societal groups or friends or in the world. It just feels like you're having a hard time feeling like you belong here. You're having a hard time fitting in, but they're saying your heart is pure. That's why it's like you're different. They keep showing me the heart being surrounded. You see how there's this glow around the horse? I see that, but with your heart. I see a heart, and there's this light energy that just kind of radiates from it. And because of that, your heart is operating on a different frequency. Your heart is vibrating differently than other people's hearts are. And therefore, it naturally places you into a higher state of vibration, into a higher vibrational plane, which causes the feeling of not fitting in, of not being like everyone else. But that's intentional, is what they're saying. You have to embrace that. You're not meant to be like everybody else. You are meant to help guide other people. So don't let your insecurities um, lead you or drive you, because they are based on false beliefs. They are based on incorrect truth, incorrect facts. They're not. The only reason you're different is because you're vibrating at a much higher frequency. Your heart is vibrating at a different frequency, a different rhythm than everybody else's. But it was intentional, because you're not meant to be like everybody else. You are here to be a leader. You are here to be true to yourself, and in doing so, becoming an inspiration to others. That is what you're here to do. So embrace being different. Embrace the fact that you're not fitting in. I never fit in anywhere. Okay. I never fit in anywhere. Thank God I didn't. Thank God I didn't, because I never allowed the outside world to influence me in any way or form. I've always had weird thoughts and weird understandings that other people couldn't grasp their mind around since I was a kid, and that's because we're operating at a higher frequency. We're here to be different. Um, when we are all the same, there cannot be change, there cannot be expansion. When you look at history, it is those individuals who were different, who were dismissed, who were excluded, that changed things within the world. It was those who didn't fit in, who didn't feel like they fit in, that changed the world in history. So embrace that you're unique, embrace that you're different. Don't try to fit in. Just try to be you and shine your beautiful light and the heart within your heart upon the world. And you will see that eventually the world will find you and you will be there to guide them. All right. I hope that helps and I hope that makes sense. All right. Let's see, Carol. Let's get a card for Carol. Carol. All right. Carol, Carol, Carol. Which one? This one? Okay. Kenzie says, I never fit in. Good. You shouldn't. My advice, don't fit in. That's my advice to everybody. Be your unique self. Allow yourself the freedom to be who you are with all your quirks and all your weirdnesses. You got to embrace it all. Okay? You got to embrace it all. I was called every name in the book. I was bullied. I was, that's okay. You gotta embrace your freak. Embrace your freako. You're welcome, Tickety Top. Hope it helps for Ethan. He just kept showing me his heart, and there's this glow around it. It's almost like it's protected, or it's different, and it's meant to be that way. Card for Carol. And then we'll do another group card. If you didn't get a card today, I'm sorry. Ooh, there we go. We can only do so much in 2 hours. But know that I do these weekly on patreon.com with a much smaller group of people. So you have a bigger chance of getting a card. So feel free to check out my Patreon account, patreon.com/Emanuelle McIntosh. It's only €3. Check that out. Carol. I was just reading it because it's I've never seen this card before. This is the first time this card has popped out. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I'm lost. Carol. I could be wrong, but the message that I'm getting is let go of, it's almost like let go of the blame and shame stories. You seem to be, despite the fact that you're a very warm, loving person, empathic, sensitive to energies, you do tend to hold on to grudges in some way or form, or you do tend to hold on to lower energies of the past. It's like you're hoarding them. You try to process them, but you're still holding on to them. And then everything that you try to manifest always has this kind of tainted energy attached to it that you're not even aware of. The way you respond at times is tainted by old anger and old energies that you're not letting go of. So really work on releasing, it's about forgiving, but forgiving is not saying, oh, what you did to me in the past is okay. It's basically about saying, I no longer want to allow your energy into my reality. It's really something that you do for yourself. Really clean the closet, clean the trash can out. Okay. Empty out, empty out your trash can. It's not because you hide something in the back of your closet that it's no longer there. It's not because you can't see it that it's no longer there. So really do some digging, do some energy clearing. Um, Holding on to anger or holding on to judgment or holding on to blame towards someone else is like trying to throw a burning coal at another person, but you're the ones getting burned because you're holding the hot coal into your hand. Do you see what I'm trying to say? You're being hurt, not the people or the experiences that you experienced in a negative way. That's not what's hurting you. You're hurting yourself by holding on to it. Does that kind of make sense? You know, you a lot of people, and sometimes we do this unconsciously. Might be something that you're holding on to unconsciously, like you're not aware of it. So really do some digging. Observe your reactions, observe your thought patterns, observe your emotional patterns. What is it that you're still holding on to that has a negative influence on your future creations with each day that comes? You know, holding on to anger or you did this to me, you did that to me, holding on to blame. It just burns yourself. It doesn't burn the other person. It doesn't bother them. You know, it just hurts you. So let that go. Let that go. Tap in the power of love, forgiveness. And you'll see that once you do, you'll have all the power you need to be the creator that you want it to be in this world. But as long as you're allowing other people's energy to influence your creative process, even if they're not even there anymore, that energy lingers on into your energetic field and influences everything you try to accomplish, everything you try to manifest, everything you try to create. And that is what's holding you back. That is what's holding you down. So look into that. What is it that you haven't let go of yet? There's something there. And really find a way to release it, to give it back to Mother Earth so she can neutralize it. Neutralize. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to do a group card for everyone. What does Spirit want you all to know today? And I know that I'll do for everyone here on YouTube, I'll do this again in January. I do it once a month for everyone. And then every week I do it on patreon.com/Emanuelle McIntosh. I'm also having a live event on the 7th of September of next year. So tickets are available and more information are available on my website. 2024, unfortunately, has been fully booked when it comes to readings and coaching sessions and so on and so forth, except we still have some openings for animal healings and healings with Gerald with a picture. And I will try and get the predictions for 2024 out in the next week or so. Try. It's been a very busy year. And like I said, predictions are warnings. So my desire is for them to not come true. Although people like it when they come true, because then they're like, see, I know what I'm saying. I don't have that ego desire. I just want to prevent certain things from happening that are waiting to be, to come into fruition. That is what most channelers want. We don't want our, if they don't come true, thank God. We changed it. That's how I see it. And then the ones that do come true are usually the positive ones. Those are always good. Those I embrace. If you want to see my predictions from the past, you can all find them on my website, where I have a blog, and on my Facebook page. I'm not much on Facebook anymore, but the information is still there. And I also have a TikTok account for those of you who are on TikTok. I've tried Rumble, but they blocked me. France has blocked Rumble, so I need to find a way to get a VPN or something. But I'm not very technical, and it's just so much work. I'm already overwhelmed with everything I got to do in one day, each day of my life. So I just don't. Every time I start something new to avoid being censored, because they're all trying to censor me everywhere, so I must be talking truth, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't try to censor me everywhere. Even on TikTok, I've been warned already. Must be doing something right. All right, where's my card for the group? Everywhere I go, I either the country blocks us from accessing it or something else. Like I said, I just don't have the energy. Instagram and Facebook, the moment know that they have access to everything on your computer. When you have that on your app or your phone, they have access to everything on your phone. So make sure that you check your settings and you block all of that access. They can tap into every picture, every password, everything. So keep that in mind. Another reason why I'm trying to stay away from those. That's why you don't see much on Instagram. I've blocked them on almost everything on my phone. But now that they do. So it's not just what you put on Instagram that they have access to. You actually unknowingly give them access, because Instagram and Facebook is the same company. You give them unknowingly access to everything on your computer or phone. That includes bank information, passwords. They have access to everything. So I'm just saying, keep that in mind. All right, I'm not getting a card. Come on, guys. Where is my card? Oh, here it is. All right. All right. Looking at the underbelly, be sure that you are using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider taking time to organize yourself, or perhaps a project you are working on could use some fine tuning. And then we have a second card that popped out. You can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It is time for you to get out there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. Excuse me. That is the message for everyone. Basically, what the message is, as we're going through this finalization stage of the ascension, it's really important to be aware of where you put your energy into. Be aware of your own reactions, your own belief systems, your own feelings, your own thoughts. Everything that you emit has frequency, has power. to create, to align with other energies that are similar. So it is crucial during this last year that you don't focus on getting too many big projects um, started, but that you really already claim what is yours, that you stay in your power, that you take it slow, but directed, that your intentions are pure, that your fears are released to the best of your ability, that your faith is pure and restored, that you really express excitement for the new world to come, to that you see the beautiful things in the world. Put your focus on what is beautiful. So many people out there who just want to be loved, so many people out there who are willing to self-sacrifice themselves in order to save another person or another animal. So many beautiful gestures and hearts. That is humanity. But if you only look at social media and you only look at mainstream media, the biggest focus is on the negativity, is on how cruel people can be. But there's an equal loving side on the other side of that. There's so much love and so much compassion out there, but there's no focus on it. Okay? So it says here, polite declaration. Declare your fifth dimensional plan by aligning with the love and compassion frequency that it operates on. You have to already align with that today. Let go of all judgment. Let go of trying to force your beliefs, your knowings upon others. They will find it when it's their time. Just be and live as an example. Be the light you want others to see. Be the love you want others to find. Show the compassion you want others to give. What you want to experience in that fifth dimensional plane, you already have to choose to experience and see it today. Only then will you align with that frequency of the fifth dimensional plane and get stabilized and anchored into that. When your frequency aligns permanently with that of the frequency of the fifth dimension. Does that make sense? So use your time well. It says here, using your time in the best possible manner. Use this next year wisely. Be very mindful of what you send out through your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, your reactions. Think before you speak. Think before you react. Make sure that what you send out comes from a foundation of love and compassion. Even if other people drive you bonkers, even if other people are just not ready to understand and see what you're trying to show them, that's okay. Accept that that is their chosen path. Accept that that is perfectly fine for them. It's not what you intended, it's not what you signed up for, but it's exactly what they signed up for. We cannot force our path upon another. Each individual soul chooses their own path. Each individual soul chooses their own experiences, whether it's on a conscious or unconscious level. Every soul is responsible for the realities they attract. And your outside reality is always a mirror reflection of the frequency you operate from, of your inner frequency that you emit on a daily basis. So, can you change the world all by yourself? Yes. Because although we have a collective creation going on, how we choose to experience the collective creation will alter how we see and experience our reality. And so, what we might not see, other people will see, and what other people will not see is what something we will see. Do you see what I'm saying? There's different parallel realities of the same earth. And although we can all still, and to some degree, co-create, these different worlds are slightly different than the other one. Hence the Mandela. I don't know if I'm making any sense. But that's the message. Work on fine-tuning your own exhale of energy, your own emission of frequency. That is the message for next year. Fine-tuning of your energy so you can then choose and have the experience you've desired to have. All right? There we go. I got a whole bunch of names. I'll put it in the comment section just in case you want to re-listen to it so you can find your name and go, oh, that's where it was. Thank you guys for joining me today. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the donations. They always help us through everything. And I hope some of these messages resonated with you. Even if you didn't get a message directly for yourself, I hope that some of the other messages helped you in some way or form in your journey. And like I said, you can find me on Patreon. You can find me on Facebook somewhat, TikTok, and although I'm not really good at keeping all that stuff up, but I try. And I have a blog on my website. You can also download my free website app onto your phone. So every time I write a blog or every time I make an announcement or I make any changes on the website, you will instantly be informed of those changes. And that way you can get your free newsletters as well. Everything will be on that blog. Because that's where I post most of my announcements, predictions, and so on and so forth. Okay. And just know that it's free. So you could just download my website app onto your phone. I don't take any information from that. Wouldn't even know how to do that. I'm so technically challenged. Oh, God. It's not even funny. But I always get there. With the help of spirit, I find my way to send out what I need to get. And that's it. And for all the Patreon members that are currently here, I will see you guys next week with another live. And I might try and do another guided meditation video for the people who are on the angelic tier as well, to kind of get you through the new year and the holiday challenges. I'm going to try and work on that. All right, guys. I love you guys. Take care. Be blessed. Stay positive, even if life is throwing you curveballs or extremely challenging at this time. Believe in yourself. Believe in your ability to overcome anything, and know that there is a solution to every single problem. Love you guys. What day are you in Patreon? Usually in the weekends. Usually. But if there is a live, there's always an announcement before, a few days before it happens. So if you're a member of Patreon, if there is for some reason a free membership link on there, just know if you do sign up for free membership, you won't have access to anything. I've been trying to get rid of that, and I don't know how to get rid of it. So the minimum is €3, and you can cancel at any time, restart at any time. Either way, you will have access to over 200 channeled posts, which are all answers to your questions. So some really cool stuff in there. So go check it out. And I am working on a book, which will be a collection of some of those Patreon posts. Um, and hopefully one of a few books, I think, because I have so many channel posts. And every week new posts come in, with some exceptions. Sometimes I don't feel good, but normally I try to post once a week. So there's some cool stuff in there about the moon and ETs and all kinds of different things, how to manage ascension symptoms and so on. And then today I posted the monthly Jesus message, which was pretty interesting, actually. Always interesting, always enlightening. So always surprises me too, which is really cool because I'm always like, huh, that's kind of cool. Anyway, enough jibber jabbing. Love you guys. See you guys next time.